First of all, thank you for having me, and thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy your lunch. And just a show of hands, how many of you have heard of TA or have used TA in the past? So about half. Okay, so hopefully at the end of this conclusion, when we finish, everybody will have a better understanding and we'll start specking a little bit more. Just a little bit, I'm an ex-school teacher, so I did prepare some notes for you to write on, take notes or whatever. But Theodore Alexander, just a brief history. Our case good manufacturing is done in Vietnam. We have a 100,000 square foot warehouse there, and we employ about 4,000 employees, which includes some of the top artisans in that part of the country. And you'll see that in the renditions of the product that we come up with. We have our own foundry, which means that we create our own hardware. So we don't outsource hardware. Everything is built in Vietnam. We also have a full line of upholstery. We're not really known for upholstery because when this company started, we're going on our 30th year. Is everybody familiar with Maitland Smith? Heard that name? All right, well, Paul Maitland had an idea of starting another company, hence Theodore Alexander. So you will see some similarities between the Maitland Smith look and the Theodore Alexander look. So we're going into our 30th year. Dana Market in October is going to be a big bash. So hopefully y'all plan on coming and doing that. We've worked with, and we have collections from some famous designers, Alexa Hampton. Anybody familiar with Alexa Hampton? Stephen Church, and most of all, Althorp. Althorp is a castle that's 500 years old, and it's owned by the Spencer family. Well, who are the Spencer family? Princess Diana? It's Diana Spencer. So Charles Spencer commissioned us 20 years ago to build and produce furniture from that castle. So you'll see that. I'll show that in the collections. We are a full one-stop shop. I mean, all the way from lamps to chandeliers to carpet to rugs and accessories. So those of you who ever get to market, you will see a lot of things through it. With art, we do artwork too. People don't know us for art, but we are commissioned with Level 57 with some art prints. And it's just a fun line to rep. It's a line that you can feel confident in selling to your clients of quality, reliability, and we cover the whole gamut. As far as look, we do very casual and we do very traditional. Everything's in between. So people know us for basically traditional. I mean, that's what we started off doing. But about 15 years ago, 18 years ago, we said, you know what, the curve's going more transitional to contemporary. So we've incorporated several collections that I'll show you that will accompany that. Again, as a school teacher, I know attention spans, people talking, get monotone, it just kind of, ugh. So I'm a little more visual. And I think going through the website, this is our website, this is what you'll see when you go up there, it will pretty much answer every question that you'll have. And I was trying to do it with mine, but I have to do it with this, so bear with me. But this is what you're going to see on our website. So if somebody's just looking for something in the living room, all right, and it's broken all down into different pieces. So let me just start with like an accent table. The first thing you need to do if you're looking for it quick is to hit the in stock button. So everything here will be in stock, and it's shown by these little boxes here. That's what that signifies, okay? We have a warehouse in Newton, North Carolina that's about a 80,000 square foot warehouse, and we store about 85% to 90% of our product. If it's in stock, it'll be out in 2 weeks or less. I've seen it where an order was entered and it's gone the next day. People will call me and say, hey, I've got a customer that's looking at the Beats in Time table. I see that you have 2 in stock. Can you hold one for me? Unfortunately, we don't hold things. It's first come, first serve. Okay? So going through this, again, this is just showing you what is available and that's in stock, and that's true for each piece. Go back to the living. People will ask, hey, can I paint this? Can we switch a color? You will see that it will have a paintbrush. Forgive me for being so slow. But you see this paintbrush? If you click into this, and I'll get to it in a minute, but if you click over to that and you'll click this piece, it gives you all the information you'll need here, gives you the details, and then it'll say custom palette program, okay? The custom palette program is a program that we use Sherwin-Williams paints. Now, who would want to paint that? I don't know. But there have been questions from designers, hey, can I get this painted? So you come over to your design resources and you look at the custom palette program. These are other pieces that are available on it too, but the pieces I wanted to show you. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the custom palette. Okay, so there is a fee to do this, and
yeah, it looks like it just.
In this program, do you get a sample?
yes,
You do?
yeah.
Okay.
These are all the colors that you can do. All right, so on the painted side, these are again, these are all from Sherwin-Williams. Anytime you need a sample, you can send it to Dana, or she'll send it to me, or you can send it to me. Our factory is very good at getting samples out. They'll send you a little chip if we have it. If the factory doesn't have it, I have got probably 500 in my garage.
Is that considered like a strike-off that would match the species of wood and everything else specific to that SKU? Do you know, or is it just a color sample?
It's just a color sample.
Yeah.
It's just a color sample. So you'll get one of these. It'll look just like this.
Yeah.
It will look just like this?
Yeah, they're little chips.
Okay.
But you've got the leaf, you can do a leaf, and then you can stripe certain things. So there's a little bit of customization there that you can do. But again, who would want to change that particular piece to it? But it's available, okay? So everywhere you see the little paintbrush by the piece of furniture, that means that it can be painted. Again, in stock. All right, so you've got the full collection of dining separated into different things. If they're looking for a rectangular or an oval table or round dining tables, it's all there. We do beds, we do office furniture, we do lighting, we do art, decor, we do mirrors. It's basically a one-stop shop. So what I like to do is go through the collections. And again, we've separated it into classic, which is your very traditional, your modern, and your casual. Each collection, for the most part, I would say 80% of our collections have a light and a dark finish. For example, the Keston. Well, Keston is too dark, but like Maxwell. If we go to the Maxwell, you have a light and a dark finish. You can request samples of this as well. Also on our case pieces, they come from Vietnam in a married fabric. People will say, well, can I change the fabric? Yes, you can. It's called a reupholstery. We have a reupholstery program. In fact, that's probably 80% of what's going through our upholstery department right now is because people will buy our dining chairs and put a COM, or they'll put our fabric on it. There is a small fee. I'll just be upfront with you. Basically, if you're looking at a dining room chair that costs $500, to recover it is going to be about $900. So basically what happens is we get the chair, we tear it apart, we have to cut the pattern, we have to have somebody sew it. It's basically a custom piece. But know that even on the beds, if you want to recover that, you can. So you're not limited to the particular fabric that is on it. For example, this dining room chair here. We do a lot of business with this dining room chair, this little contemporary piece. But people, it's performance fabrics. All the dining room chairs are in performance fabrics. But we have 800 fabrics over on the other side of the wall over there that you can put on these. So that is an option for you. So if I go back into collections, Again, this is all on your website. Here are the accessories. I mean, we do everything. And these are all cast. These are all cast pieces, so they're very heavy. They're not just a piece of aluminum or a piece of bronze or anything like that. They're solid pieces of material. So we cover a lot of things in this particular category of accessories. The floored. People don't know that we use, and I even going through market, forget every piece of carpet or rug we're walking on is ours. So this is our floored program. And just for example, what are the sizes? As you scroll down, it gives you the size options right here and what it's available in. You can request a cutting of this as well. It'll come in a little 4x4 piece, or you can buy the bigger pieces of, I think it's 24 by 24, and I think they're $100. But this is a company, Noorsad is who we partner with in our rugs. But again, we offer hand knotted, woven, all different types, but people forget about us. They'll go to somebody, but now you know, everybody, that we've got the whole thing covered for you. The other collection, artistry. These are just some unique pieces, and everywhere you see something that's painted, it's all done by hand, okay? So each piece may be a touch different because of that quality of that artisan doing it by hand, but they're very, very close. But there may be some slight variances, but that's just to be expected with being all done by hand. All your inlays, for example, this particular table, this Panos table, it's not a very good picture, but that takes 100 hours for the artisans to individually stripe that particular piece. You can't really see it, but when you go to the website, you'll see it. But these are all individually. I wish I had my sample, but I forgot them. You ought to see. I drive a Tahoe or a Yukon, and it's full to the brim. And if I forget something, it's like, I can't. I've got so much stuff back at my house. I have to pick and choose So I've got 800 fabrics. I've got some wood samples, and my bags, and it's still not enough room. Anyway. But all this right here, this was introduced last market. Each one of those pieces, they're actually cut out, hand inlaid, and then hand painted. So it's a lot of work that goes into our pieces. And that's the quality. Like for example, that's all hand inlaid, all hand painted. Same with this. This was last market. This one's got burl, and each little piece of burl has to be cut out and inlaid. So it's a lot of intricacies that go into these pieces. Back up to collections. If we go to illuminations, these are some of the chandeliers that we do. People wouldn't think of Theodore Alexander to have chandeliers. And we do floor lamps as well. One collection I really want you to see is this Althorpe. This is, again, the castle that's 500 years old, and it's owned by the Spencer family. Charles Spencer is actually at market. He comes in. He's the 9th Earl. So this is just a quick little, I think it's a 30-second video of what we are allowed to make out of this home. And does it have volume? Will it play it? And we gave away a trip. You weren't there, but we had a big gathering for the 20th, and Charles was there, and we actually gave away a first-class ticket, a 3-night, 5-star hotel, and a trip to the Althorpe home this past April, a couple of weeks ago, actually, to a lucky...
This has been my family's home for 19 generations, in fact. We came here in 1508 to build a house, and of course, like all houses, it had to be furnished, and that is the basis for the Althorpe Living History collection. This is the accumulation of 500 years of, I hope, good taste but certainly one family's view of what good taste must be. I think the secret to what's so special about this particular collection of furniture isn't just the fineness of the design, but that each generation that's passed through here has left its imprint on the collection. They were able to commission the best craftsmen and artists of Europe to put together the collection that they wanted to live with. Every generation has almost had a sort of quality control aspect to it. When the new person has moved in here, they've had the scope to sift through what they like, discard or give away what they don't particularly like. So really what you're seeing when you look at the Althorpe Living History Collection is the distillation of taste of many generations of people.
We make that piece.
I think that's why this collection is so
make that chair,
and timeless.
Make that desk. So we have, and this is a very successful collection for me in this part of the country. I cover from Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, and the Panhandle of Florida. And Atlanta South, Mississippi South, and Louisiana South love this collection. It's really, my best-selling bed comes out of this. And that is the Victory Oak collection. This bed is my best-selling bed. That's out of the Althorpe home. That is reclaimed antique oak, or reclaimed oak veneer over mahogany. The posts, if they don't like the posts, these unscrew and they have caps, and the same with the top. It unscrews and you can put the cap on there. So, but that's my best-selling collection bed in the entire collection. The other thing, collection-wise, I want to talk to you about upholstery. Why do I want to talk to you about upholstery? Is anybody familiar with a company called TRS? TRS produced the finest seat cushion ever made. We bought the company 15 years ago. So we incorporated their seat cushion, and nobody else in the industry does this. If you can see, there's an angle right here, right? It's done all the way around every seat cushion, which leaves about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch crown. Then we wrap it in down. All right, down, you know, you sit in it, you get the butt marks, right? You get the pucker mark, you got to constantly fluff. With this seat cushion, you get the bounce back, and it's all due to the relief cut on the seat cushion. Nobody else does that. I'll pass it around so you can see it. So that separates us from everybody else. Nobody else can claim that. It's basically giving you the best of both worlds. The suppleness, the softness of down, and the spring back without a spring in the cushion. That is our standard cushion. It's called Regency Down. Okay, so that's standard in all of our upholstery. In a few minutes, we'll go over and look at some of the pieces. We've got a tailor fit program, which is here. And tailor fit is basically what it means. You can pick your arm, you can pick your base, you can pick everything on it. And I'll start here just to show you. So if somebody's looking for an 80-inch sofa, so this is where you look for the dimensions. So a mid-size will be between 79, 86, 85, and 92. So we'll just start with an 85 to 92. Okay, you have two depths, 37 and 40. So we'll pick a 40. Okay, so then we come to the next section. All right, your main fabric. This is where you can go and choose one of our fabrics, or you can do a COM or a COL, but I'll pick a fabric. It'll put it on there for you. Choose your arm style. I'm sure y'all have seen this in other companies as well. But you've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 12 different arm styles. This is one we happen to have on the floor, the shelter arm. If you want to do body welts, you can put that on there too. Standard throw pillow, it tells you how many they come with. So a standard throw pillow of 18. So you get 2 18s and 2 20s. I'm just going to put a fabric on there.
On every sofa? 2 18s and 2 20s?
Not on everyone. Most of them are 2. Most of the time you get 2 20s. This one you have them just get 2. So then we scroll down to, silence is killing me. Then you choose your seat style. You can do a bench, but here you pick your T cushion. We're going to do a T cushion. Well, you don't want a T cushion with that arm, but you can. Number of seat cushions. This is where you can put a bench or 3 over 3. Your seat fill is pretty standard. If they want to upgrade it to a Chatsworth down, which is basically just a bag of feathers, you can go with that. We do have HPC, so if somebody's allergic to down, you can choose that particular cushion as well, which is right here. But again, the Regency down is our standard cushion. Then you choose your base style. We have several different options there. I'll just do a turned leg. And then you get to pick your finish. A lot of people forget to pick the finish. But at the end, you can make it, it's got the retail price on there. This is something you can do is you can print it out. Yeah, so it gives you 92. So with that arm, you've got 92. So this can be printed out, emailed to your customer, whatever you want to do with it. But and this is how everything would be written up. It's got everything right there. So a pretty neat deal to show people. But this is an example of our tailor fit. And again, I'll show you the pieces that we have over on the other side. All right, now design resources, okay? This just gives you a little description of our upholstery. We're 8-way hand tied. We have actually 3 different types of upholstery. You have what's called seated. That's Vietnam. It's a married cover. I don't do very much with it because, to be honest with you, the fabrics aren't the greatest. But then we have TA, which is all 8-way hand tied. And then we have TASU, which is sinuous spring. There's a little price difference. The TA, the 8-way hand tie, is going to be a little bit more expensive. And then you move down into the sinuous spring. But you know what? A lot of people these days, I found that 8-way hand tied is not really that big of a deal for them, as long as it sits well. And that's where that cushion comes in. So at market, it's hard to tell people, oh, that's sinuous. Oh, really? No, it sits like an 8-way hand tie. The beauty of 8-way hand tied is you've got coils that are independently tied. And what it does is it gives you a consistent ride. Okay. Sinuous is just basically that S-shaped spring that's placed from one side to the other with a little bit of curve, and it gives and comes back. That's all that's the main difference. But the workmanship that goes into 8-way hand tied, you got to pay somebody to do that. And it's very difficult to do. So you can hence the little higher price. With a sinuous, you just nail it down, and it's there. So that's why you'll see a little bit of a price difference. Our fabrics, again, we have 800 of them over on the wall on the other side. You can request cuttings of these as well. They'll send you a little memo swatch. We do send to not only to the designer, if it needs to go to a customer's home, they'll send it to them too. But again, either email me or email Dana, and we'll get those out for you. It's broken down into different colors, and it gives a pretty good picture of the fabric. And you can zoom in. I mean, it really gives you a nice, clear picture of the fabric. All right, do I hit the back button? Okay, all right. Then it gives you the grade, it gives you the content, your rubs. It'll tell you if it's a performance or not. Durability, that's what the rub means. 51,000 rubs is what that means. We do have some that are 100, 110. But that's just a quick overview of the fabric, so you can go to that. What else? Designer resources. Upholstery resources. Okay, you want to know what's in stock. Fabric and trim availability. So if, all right, this is the SKU, of course, of the fabric. The price is the retail price. It gives you the grade. And these days, those grades may change tomorrow. It's unbelievable what the mills are doing to people or manufacturers these days. At market, we started on Thursday, and by Saturday, we had 81 grade changes. And that's just the mills saying, hey, we're grading the fabric. Thankfully, all of ours have barcodes. So when you scan the barcode, it'll take you to this website, and it'll tell you what the actual grade is. What the current one is. Yeah. Otherwise, we used to have to scratch it out and put a grade here, scratch it out, but it was a nightmare. But this gives you what we have on hand. So if you're doing a sofa is generally 20 square yards or 20 yards of fabric. It'll tell you what's coming in the next 21 to 30 days and whatnot. If you are doing 2 sofas, that would be 40. And let's say you were doing the 41023, we've got 28. Well, we're 12 short. What do? Just call me or have Dana call me. I can check with the mill, see if we can expedite getting it here. I just had a customer call that needed 80 yards of a particular fabric. Well, we have 27. The mill has 47, which makes 74. We're still 6 yards short. But I know from talking to them, we're 6 weeks out. So it's just communication. If you're looking for a particular fabric, and it doesn't say anything on the 1 to 10 all the way to the 45s, they're all zeros, just call. We'll probably be able to get it. Finish options. On our upholstery, you have all these finish options to choose from. Okay, so your standard are right here. Premium, depending on what you're doing, a chair, an ottoman, or a sofa, there is a slide up charge. And then same for the deluxe and the same for the luxury. But all of those finishes can be done on all of our upholstery pieces. There's a difference between our case good pieces. Even though it's a dining room chair, if it's not out of a TA, which is represented by a U, or a TASU, those are what can be done with these finishes. If it's a case good piece out of a collection, you can't change the finish. Okay. The only thing you can change on our upholstery or our case good pieces is the fabric. Besides the custom palette where they can paint it if they want to. So those are the only 2 options. You can't put the earth on a Kesden dining chair, but you can change the fabric on the Kesden, so to speak. Here's another picture of the palette. Yes.
Going back a little bit.
I'm about to have that myself. I'm going to be a grandpa for the first time. My kids are twins. He's having a twin in July, 2 boys. So that doesn't bother me. All right, if you're doing a COM, and I do a lot of business with COM, even though our fabrics are great, there are a lot of other companies with some really, really nice fabrics. This is the form you need to fill out. So it just asks for the name, side market, and send this in with your order with Dana, okay? It'll tell you everything you need to know, which way you want it bolted, up the bolt or railroaded. Everything here, and then if you could include a color picture of the fabric itself so that when they receive it, they'll get it and match it. Delivery times. Right now, we're 8 to 10 weeks on our upholstery. Okay. Our goal is to get back down to 4 to 6. But again, what I was telling you about the chairs and so forth in our case good line being able to be recovered, it's basically about 80% of our business now is recovering our case good pieces. If you need something rushed through, please let me know. I'm very good friends with the head of upholstery, and she owes me, and I can possibly work that through for you. But right now, we are 8 to 10 weeks. What else?
Can I ask you a quick question?
You bet.
Just about the case good pieces that you said you can change the fabric. When you refer to COM, that's us
Yeah, COM, custom raw material.
Then we can use any of your fabrics, and that's not an upcharge. It just depends on the grade.
No, it's all right. Let's say this chair is this is our Balboa chair. Okay, it comes from us from Vietnam in this fabric.
Okay.
All right, so you have the ability to change it. So what we would do is we would take it, you would pick a fabric, first of all, and then you have a base price for, let's say, it was a COM. All right, if you want to recover it in a COM, there's just one charge.
Okay.
So let's say the chair is $300. The reupholstery charge is $175. So now we're at $475. Okay. If it's one of our fabrics and it's $175, plus you go over here in the column, I'll show you the price list. It'll say your grades. So we start on a grade 10 and it's a $5 riser. All right, so let's say it's a grade 20. So 10 to 20 is 10. 10 times 5 is 50.
Okay.
50 added to, I know it's going to be confusing,
175.
to the 175 to the original price of the chair.
Okay.
That's why I was saying it almost doubles the cost. Okay, does everybody understand that?
It's 170.
If to make a suggestion, if you're doing a dining room chair and it's only the seat, I would rather it would be easier for you to have somebody here locally unscrew 4 screws, take the old fabric off, put the new fabric on, and off you go. Because now you're adding lead time for one and the cost. And I'm sure $75 a chair, something like that for a local upholsterer to do it would be the easiest. Now, if something like this, that's a whole different ballgame, okay? But just know that availability is there for you. I don't know if I was able to get online or my computer.
Are the fabrics that the chair actually comes in over here in the showroom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, from Vietnam. Those
Oh, no.
there?
No, that's, yeah, that's a good question. We don't source those fabrics. They keep them over in Vietnam. We do have some crossover. But again, for example, the Nova collection, let me get to that. And then this will help us out here. This is the best-selling collection in the entire line, nationwide. This is oak parquet veneer, available in the dark and the light finish. We just put a cocktail table on the floor. I'll show you. All right, this particular fabric is the UP540 fabric. But there is a crossover, and I can't remember the number right now, but there is a crossover into the regular line. But I have at least 5 of these samples in my house because it's very popular and people want a sample of it. Oh, come on.
So if we want to see the as-is fabric, is it possible? If we just want to use the chair or whatever furniture.
Yeah. See, this fabric is the UP5409. That is a Vietnam code, okay? But there is a crossover into the regular line. I just can't remember the number as to what it is. But this fabric is over there.
You're saying most people just never use that Vietnam fabric, is what I'm
A large portion, yeah, they'll change this out.
okay.
But it's a great fabric. I mean, it's a neutral, it's a performance. But again, this particular chair, again, if you've got somebody that's wanting to change it, again, I'd have it done locally because that's going to be, I'm just throwing numbers out. That's a $300 chair plus the $175 to have it recovered, and then plus the fabric that you're using. So again, it almost doubles the price where you can get it done for probably half of that here. But just know that that's an availability for you. But again, I will get Dana a crossover list and have it hanging up over there per collection. Like I'll say Nova UP5409 is fabric 645-92 on the wall. So that way you'll know that's the same fabric and it's just a crossover. We do have upholstery resources, tear sheets as well. So if your customer's looking for something and they see it on here, you can email them. Yeah, any of the hardware can't be changed. In fact, I love our hardware. I mean, it's really, really well done and some really, really neat designs. We are in the process of getting our trims and cords in order, which if you scroll down here, we can do trims and cords.
And bullion is coming back.
Bullion is coming back.
It's back. It's crazy. Yeah.
But this is just some of the examples that we have. So you can jazz our sofas up like you never thought of.
That just proves if you like long enough.
It comes back. That's right.
And we don't have the bullion on here yet, but we will. We're in the process of and carting those, so those will be over there on that side too. But again, I think the important thing to take away from this is we are kind of a one-stop shop. I mean, from case goods to upholstery to lighting to flooring to art, we cover it all. Again, if it's in stock and you'll see the little boxes next to the product, 2-week delivery or less. If it says 30 weeks, that is just our system's default number. Give Dana a call or call me, she'll call me. I can get you a true date. Because again, once it leaves Vietnam, it's an OTW, on the water. And when it's on the water, it's generally 12 to 16 weeks. Then it's got to go through customs. Then it's got to get to our place. Once it passes customs, it's 2 days to our place. You will see also, if it says in transit next to a piece, which, does it show it? I can hear. It may only show it in mine. If it's in transit, that means it's going through customs. That means it's 3 or 4 weeks out. But I tell you, with us having 80,000 square feet in Newton, North Carolina to stock our product, a lot of our product, our most popular pieces are always in stock. We always try to keep that. The Nova's in stock, the Kes's, I'm just throwing names out, but the Nova's in stock. So again, just look through here. I mean, look at all those. There's 3, 5, 7, 10. So a large majority of our dining room chairs are in stock. Okay. So, and then what does the little paintbrush mean? You can paint it. All right. You can paint it. Art, decor. Let's see what we get here. Mirrors, tabletop accessories, wall art. Again, if you're looking at some art pieces and you happen to just like this one, it'll tell you what sizes it's available in. And generally they have 6 sizes to pick from. So all that's right there. I don't have samples of art. But they do have, there's a pretty good rendition you'll see on your picture, on your computer. Any questions? I know it's...
That was quick, right?
Yeah.
I was waiting to make sure.
Yeah, sure.
As far as the custom Williams shirt, the custom paint,
Yeah.
beds, are they paint? Is that an option for beds or?
Some of them are.
And or just any, the dining chairs too. How long is that customization time typically?
All right. If we have it in stock, it's going to add about 4 to, it'll be about, I would say 6 weeks.
Okay, if it's in stock.
If the piece is in stock, to repaint it is going to be, just to be safe, 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it's in stock.
If it's in stock. I haven't had anybody paint a bed yet, so I'm not sure if we...
Or like, is there an option to change the finish or?
Not on these, not on your case pieces.
I did see some paintbrushes.
Did you? Oh, there we go, yeah.
Okay.
All right. But who would want to paint the Middleton rice card bed?
I know.
Okay.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Like a certain, depending on the bed. Or,
This bed is again out of the Althorpe collection. It's based off a bed that's 300 years old. This is an exact replica of this particular bed that came out of that time period. The Cyndia silk bed, and it's reflected in the price too. It's rather high. Okay, yeah. So now you've got the Fairbanks. I just had an order for the Fairbanks, and somebody did it in a leaf. Mm-hmm. We actually leafed this bed. There's one particular piece I always loved it.
So that Fairbanks bed has a palette and a paintbrush. What's that mean? Why are there 2?
Good question.
Just quick. click up out of the menu? See, it has a palette and a paintbrush.
Because it says right here, I think that, okay, see available finishes. And that's a good question. I don't know why. Because this is an Alexa Hampton bed. And so Alexa Hampton likes to put her name on, I think they're basically the same finishes. Does everybody know, who knows Alexa? She's a trip, I tell you. She is not anybody you would think she is, but she has a good time. She comes to market, and I tell you what, she is a firecracker. But to answer your question, with the paintbrush, with the palette, that's going to be an Alexa Hampton piece. So it takes you to where you saw it says available finishes, it'll take you to her page, where the other one just goes to the custom palette. Yeah. Okay, but this, is there anything I didn't hit? I know, again, being a school teacher, everybody's eating and everybody's kind of this. It's a lot. Trust me, I've been doing it for 2 years with them, and I'm still learning. It's an expansive line that, again, we can cover everything from traditional to transitional to contemporary with our collections. The options you have, again, with the upholstery on our case pieces, you can change the upholstery. You can't change the finish. All right. With our upholstery, we have the custom fit, which I'm going to take you over to here in a second to show you, and show you the Nova. Are there any questions?
What makes the sofa custom different from like Century, Grandfather?
They're all the same. They're all the same. Everybody has a program. Ours just happens to be tailor fit. Theirs is what's Century's called?
The cornerstone.
The cornerstone. So every upholstery company has it. What separates us is that right there, that seat cushion. And it's a big difference. But if you want to, do you want to go over and take a look at the,
It's up to you.
is there any other things,
Sit and see.
anything I didn't cover? Again, it was a lot, I know, but explore it and you'll find out different things going through the website like I do. But I think it's something y'all can definitely present. We've got enough product and enough differences to get clients on board with us.